Earth and human civilization have witnessed incredible progress over the past 200,000 years. Consider this. The age of the universe is approximately 13.7 billion years, and humans have existed for only 0.0015% of it. This fact makes us feel like a tiny moment in time, yet within this small moment, we have accomplished what would have been deemed impossible in any other era. Humans have journeyed from hunter-gatherer tribes to cultivating crops and establishing early cities to human presence on planetary surfaces and space exploration missions. This journey has taken just a few thousand years. Only 150 years ago, we lived solely on Earth, and today we have walked on the moon, are preparing missions to Mars, and are sending spacecraft millions of miles away. This progress is the ultimate example of human intelligence, effort, and creativity. Yet, in the vast perspective of the universe, we are still just a speck, the Kardashev scale, measuring civilization. In 1964, Soviet astrophysicist Nikolai Kardashev proposed a scale, now known as the Kardashev scale. This scale measures civilizations based on the amount of energy they produce and utilize. Because it is a logarithmic scale, as civilizations advance, their energy usage increases exponentially. Carl Sagan provided a formula, K equals log base 10 of P minus 6, where K equals Kardashev rating P equals energy usage in watts. Type 0 civilization, modern humans. A Type 0 civilization can use roughly 1 megawatt of energy. As of 2015, humanity consumes approximately 17.35 trillion watts. Plugging this into the formula, our score comes out to about 0.72. This means we are still far from a Type 1 civilization, even though we have set foot on the moon, sent spacecraft into space, prepared missions to Mars. According to Carl Sagan, we are passing through the stage of technical adolescence, a phase where a civilization is on the verge of upgrading its fundamental capabilities to Type 1. Michio Kaku estimates Type 1 within 100 to 200 years, Type 2 within a few thousand years, Type 3 within 100,000 to 1 million years. Type 1 civilization, planetary civilization. A Type 1 civilization controls the entire energy of its planet. Its capabilities include influencing climate change, modifying Earth's geological structure, complete management of the oceans and rivers' energy. This is the step that will turn humanity into the complete rulers of Earth. Type 2. Civilization, stellar civilization. A Type 2. Civilization can utilize the entire energy of its star. This energy can be spread across the entire solar system. Famous concept, Dyson sphere, a complete or partial shell or satellite structure that captures a star's energy. More conceptual method, extracting energy by feeding the star into a black hole. A Type 2. Civilization can control entire planets, moons, and celestial bodies, using them for its own convenience. Type 3. Civilization, galactic civilization. A Type 3 civilization controls the energy of an entire galaxy, billions of stars, planets, and black holes. Every kind of gas, metal, and other elements, it treats the galaxy as its playground. It can construct or destroy planets, stars, and solar systems to extract energy. If such a civilization exists, the galaxy may not even be visible from outside. All energy would be under its control. If the universe is 13.8 billion years old, and planets capable of supporting life have been forming for at least 10 billion years, there has been more than enough time for even a single civilization to reach Type 3 status. A Type 3 civilization that emerged just 1 million years before us, a blink in cosmic time, could have spread across the entire Milky Way by now, turning billions of star systems into glowing engines of energy. We would see the signatures: infrared excess from Dyson spheres, unnatural dimming of stars, entire galactic regions re-engineered, yet when we look up, we see almost nothing unusual. This paradox was formalized by Enrico Fermi in 1950 with a simple lunchtime question: where is everybody? One of the most unsettling places to confront this question is the Buddha's void. The Buddha's void, a cosmic desert. Discovered in 1981 by Robert Kirshner and his team, the Buddha's void, sometimes called the Great Void, is a spherical region of space roughly 330 million light-years across, located in the constellation Boötes. To understand how empty it really is, in a typical volume of the universe that size, you would expect to find approximately 2,000 galaxies. The Boötes void contains fewer than 60. That's not just underdense, it's almost perfectly hollow. Only a handful of faint, lonely galaxies drift through this enormous bubble like the last survivors after some unimaginable catastrophe. If a Type 3 civilization ever existed in our cosmic neighborhood and then vanished or deliberately cleared the area, something like the Boötes void, is exactly what we might expect to see, a vast region stripped of usable stars and matter, leaving only darkness. Possible explanations for the Great Silence. We are left with a menu of possibilities, none of them comforting. We are first, or almost first. Maybe intelligent life is far rarer than we think, and we really are among the earliest technological species. The great filter lies ahead. Most civilizations destroy themselves. Nuclear war, AI misalignment, climate collapse, nanotechnology gone wrong, long before reaching type 1, let alone type 2 or 3. They are here, but we can't see them. Advanced civilizations may have moved beyond physical megastructures. A type 3 might live inside simulated realities in higher dimensions or as compact matryoshka brains around black holes, deliberately hiding their infrared waste heat. The zoo hypothesis: we are inside a protected wildlife preserve. Galactic rules forbid contact with young species until they reach a certain maturity, perhaps surviving their own type 0 to 1 transition. They were here, and now they're gone. The Buddha's void and other large voids could be archaeological scars, evidence that a Type 3 civilization once mined entire volumes of the universe and then collapsed, ascended, or simply moved on. The next 500 years. Whatever the truth, humanity is approaching a decisive inflection point. In the next 100 to 200 years, we will either become a true Type 1 civilization, fusion power, planetary climate control, asteroid mining, self-sustaining colonies on Mars, or we will fail, perhaps catastrophically. If we succeed, the following 1,000 to 5,000 years will decide whether we ever build a Dyson swarm around the sun and step into Type 2, and if even one civilization in our galaxy manages to reach Type 3, the night sky will never look the same again. We are not just living in the early 21st century, we are living in the brief, dangerous moment when a fragile Type 0.73 civilization holds the future of an entire star system and potentially an entire galaxy in its trembling hands. The Buddha's void stares back at us, silent and almost empty. The question is no longer, where is everybody? Year 47,392 AD. Humanity reached Type 2 7,000 years ago. The sun is no longer a naked star. It is wrapped in a shimmering Dyson lattice of black solar sails and fusion orbs, drinking every photon. Mercury was dismantled first, then Venus, then the asteroids. The inner system is a glittering necklace of habitats, each home to billions. Mars is a garden world under a second, smaller swarm. Jupiter's moons power the outer empire. We are immortal, post-biological, and we have begun to speak in light itself. The Milky Way, however, remains dark. We sent the first von Neumann probes in 12,000 AD. Self-replicating, slower than light, patient. They were to cross the galaxy in a few 100,000 years, leaving beacons and archives on every habitable world. By now, every star within 50,000 light-years should carry our signature. Narrowband lasers, infrared waste heat, the polite knock of a civilization that finally grew up. Instead, every probe that returns sends the same message. Nothing, no one, only ruins. Some ruins are fresh. Dyson shells cracked open like eggs, stars artificially dimmed and then abandoned. Others are ancient beyond dating, galactic sectors where the metallicity is wrong, as if someone vacuumed up every heavy element and left hydrogen snow. The largest scar of all is still the Buddha's void, now mapped in perfect detail. It is not natural. It is a sphere bitten clean out of the galaxy, edges sharp, interior dark down to the last photon. Whatever did it finished the job roughly 280 million years ago and never came back. We kept looking for the builders. We never found bodies, fossils, or even wreckage that felt like them, only absence. Then, in 47,392, a single probe in the galactic halo picked up a transmission that was not ours. It was narrow, deliberate, and aimed straight at Seoul. The carrier wave was exactly 1.42 gigahertz. The hydrogen line, the frequency any newborn civilization uses when it first whispers to the cosmos. The message was short. When decoded, it was only 24 symbols, repeated in every human language we have ever spoken, plus 1,000 we invented after we left biology behind. It reads, "You are not the first, you will not be the last, but you are the only ones left right now. Do not wake what sleeps in the voids. It is not dead. It is waiting for the noise to return. This is the final warning. We tried everything goodbye. The probe that carried it was not one of ours. It was built from materials that do not exist in nature and should not be stable. Its power source is still running after at least 300 million years. Its final act before going dark forever was to point its antenna at the Bode's void and transmit one last image. The image shows the void as it was 280 million years ago. It was not empty then. Something filled it, something with structure on scales we cannot comprehend, something that used entire galactic clusters the way we once used coal plants. And in the center, awake and aware, a single mind the size of 1,000 star systems looked straight into the camera for less than a millisecond and blinked. Then the feed ends. We have been quiet ever since. The Dyson lattice still drinks the sun, but we no longer flare our waste heat into careless infrared beacons. The outer probes have been ordered to self-destruct rather than answer any signal. Mars dims its lights. The great habitats along the Jupiter Trojans practice radio silence for centuries at a time. We finally understand the great silence. It is not a mystery. It is a graveyard that has learned to hold its breath. And sometimes late at night in the long orbit, the oldest of us still living in human bodies walk out onto the dark side of Luna, look toward Buddhas, and listen. The void listens back. It has waited 280 million years. It can wait a little longer. We will not make noise again. We are the last children of the stars, and we have decided to grow up very, very quietly. End. The Buddha's void stares back at us, silent and almost empty. The question is no longer, where is everybody?